And we are now getting official word from the NFL, and this is official word from the NFL. Player sanctions are still being discussed, could come at a later time. The Saints are fined $500,000. They lose a second-round draft pick. They do not have a first-round draft pick this year, so that means the Saints will have their first pick in the third round this year. Their second-round draft pick of 2012 and 2013 officially gone. The NFL says Sean Payton is suspended without pay for the entire 2012 NFL season. That is effective April 1st. Saints general manager Mickey Loomis suspended without pay for the first 8 regular season games of 2012. Former Saints defensive coordinator and now current St. Louis Rams defensive coordinator Greg Williams is suspended indefinitely by the NFL, effective immediately. Commissioner Goodell will review Coach Williams' status at the conclusion of the 2012 season, so that means at least one full season, and consider whether to reinstate him, and if so, on what terms. Commissioner Goodell said he will give close attention to the extent to which Coach Williams cooperates with the NFL in any further proceedings. The Saints did acknowledge the charges on March 6th, acknowledge what they had done, but they did not come clean right off the bat, and the NFL has said they didn't come clean for a while. Also, Saints assistant head coach Joe Vitt is suspended without pay for the first 6 regular season games of the 2012 season. And the Saints and individuals disciplined today are expected to participate in efforts led by the league office to develop programs that will instruct players and coaches at all levels of the game. Again, this officially from the NFL just a few minutes ago on the need for respect for the game. And Jim Miller, that seems to be a key clause, a key phrase here. And those who participated in it on the principles of fair play, safety, and sportsmanship, and to ensure that bounties will not be part of football at any level. We talked about this before. Clearly the NFL leery of concussion litigation, leery of Congress perhaps stepping in and forcing them to take player safety more seriously. Obviously, you would have to look at this, the strongest penalties the NFL has ever handed down, as a strong step geared towards sending a message also to Congress that we'll take care of our own shit. Would you see it that way?
Jim, what does this do for the Saints in the history books? I mean, it puts a stain on this team that'll last forever.
That's the unknown, Eric. But you're exactly right. It's been such a feel-good time. The Saints coming back, bringing the city back after Katrina, and now this. It's devastating. It really is.
1-year suspension. If you remember back on March 6th, the Saints did release the statement. This was Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton had a joint statement saying we acknowledge that the violations disclosed by the NFL during their investigation of the club happened under our watch. We take full responsibility. That was a joint statement. Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis have not actually spoken publicly. They've not appeared on camera to talk about it. They did say this has brought undue hardship onto Mr. Benson, who had nothing to do with this activity. He has been nothing but supportive, and for that we both apologize to him. Jim, the penalties on the team itself. Now, obviously, the penalty on Sean Payton. The NFL took Sean Payton's role extremely seriously. Mickey Loomis's role seriously. The Patriots actually lost a first-round pick in the Spygate. The Saints lost 2 2s, which some might see as not as serious as losing as a 1. The penalties towards the Saints organization, towards Tom Benson, I guess you could look at it, not as severe as the penalties directed at Sean Payton. Agreed?
Agreed, Doug. But I think Commissioner Goodell really made a point here. He knew that the monetary fines go away. People forget monetary fines. People forget draft choices. They go away. But people don't forget a full-time suspension, a 1-year suspension, an 8-game suspension, a 6-game suspension. They'll remember that. And in going forward, if he wanted to stop Bountygate or any semblance thereof, I think he's done it.
Can we read more into Sean Payton's maybe knowledge of what happened or involvement in what happened by the fact that Greg Williams is at 1 year plus, but Sean Payton getting the full year? Can we read more into his culpability based on the duration of that suspension?
I think that's a very good point, because the head coach has to know what's going on. And there's not an island, a defensive island and an offensive island. You've got Greg Williams doing his thing, but for him not to let Sean Payton know about it, or for Sean Payton not to know about it, is a little bit naive. So absolutely, he obviously knew about it. The commissioner's comfortable that he knew the extent of it, didn't stop it. endorsed it by letting it go, and now he's penalized for it.
And obviously, this will be very detrimental for the Saints for this season. What does it do for seasons to come?
Well, it could have an effect. It certainly can have an effect. It's as much a mental effect as a physical effect, because you'll have those guys back a year from now. But you don't know what is it? What kind of season is it?
Because this never happened before.
Yeah, it's never happened before. There are no answers. There are no answers.
You've negotiated a lot of contracts in your time with the Saints from '86 to '96, the vice president of administration. You know contracts. We're stepping ahead here, but can we read anything into a possible Drew Brees negotiation based on this? How would you guess he and his agent are seeing this news? Obviously, everybody in New Orleans wants to see Drew Brees locked up long term. Can we read anything into this? How do you think he's seeing it?
Well, I don't think this does anything to help it, obviously, because you would hope that April 1 was the date everybody thought that Drew would have at least signed the tender or signed or gotten a new contract. Well, now that boat's sailed as well, because now his coach is suspended for a year. The guy who's negotiating the contracts is going to be suspended as of April 1st. That doesn't give much time for them to get that done. Hopefully they can, but they would only get it done if Drew Brees says, I still want to be here. So those are all the great unknowns.
Well, in negotiating contracts, what do you know about people stepping in now? Mickey Loomis, clearly the Saints' chief contract negotiator. What happens now?
Right. Well, he's got people doing deals with him. So I mean, he doesn't do that on an island either. So, but it's going to be it's difficult. It's a difficult chasm between the guy making the decisions and the guy making suggestions.
All right, gentlemen, hold that thought. Our coverage will continue. Just stay right there. We'll have more on this breaking news about the suspensions and fines for the New Orleans Saints.
Did they say anything about contract fines?
From WWLTV, the spirit of Louisiana. This is Louisiana's news leader.
And we do begin with huge breaking news about the Saints. The NFL has announced punishments for the bounty scandal. Sean Payton has been suspended for 1 year. Mickey Loomis, 8 games and a $500,000 fine. The Saints were fined $500,000 and a second-round pick in 2012 and the 2013 draft. Joe Vick was suspended without pay for the first 6 regular season games. Former Saints defensive coordinator Greg Williams has been suspended indefinitely. He is not with the Saints anymore. He is with the St. Louis Rams. We'll have much more coverage on the Saints in a minute, but we're also following another big story today. There is some severe weather heading our way. Some slow, strong storms are moving through Louisiana at this hour, bringing with it heavy rain and winds and possibly tornadoes.